Hey viewers, my name's Kara. I'm your host for Tuesdays on the Pagan Perspective, and this week we're talking about immortalism. Please ignore the noise. I decided to come in here and then Grandma wanted to vacuum. So it's either this noise or TV in the background, and I actually think that white noise is better. So this week's topic, I actually didn't just look at it again, so I'm going off of memory, but this week's question is from someone who considers themselves an immortalist, which is something that I hadn't heard of before, and I'm actually recording this before I do more research on it as well. I just kind of want to get my initial thoughts out there, and maybe I'll add something later if I discover something brand new by researching it a little bit later. But I wanted to record this before I even get online today. It's Monday, by the way. Today is April 1st, and I'm doing this video a day early. That's awesome for me. So anyway, happy Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day it is for you. The question is from an immortalist, and their question is whether or not an immortalist should celebrate the Sabbats, or the Wheel of the Year. Their little explanation that they gave us was that as an immortalist, what they try to do is to try and slow their own aging process to become more immortal, or at least less mortal. I don't think those are necessarily the same thing. Details, details. So the question is whether an immortalist should celebrate the Wheel of the Year, because it seems a little bit contradictory. The Wheel of the Year is about celebrating birth and death and rebirth and all of that kind of life cycle of people, animals, plants, the earth in general, the circle of life type of thing. And obviously an immortalist is someone who wants to slow that whole process and not really embrace it for themselves. So the first thing I want to mention is that just by this person bringing up this topic and asking this question, it's obvious to me that maybe I'll speak directly to you, you kind of already see that this sounds contradictory. To me, that says that you're already wondering, why am I doing this? And so that's the question I'm going to pose to you. Chances are you know why you feel that you are working towards immortality or slowing down your own mortality, because obviously you told us that. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that you have a really strong core reason for that part of your faith. So my question is, what is it about the Wheel of the Year or celebrating the Sabbats that you think you need to be doing? Why are you doing it now? What is it about that that would work for you? Why would you want to do it? Now, last month, Dancing Rabbit accidentally posted his Immortalism video a month early, so I know some of you saw Dancing Rabbit's video on it, and we privated it again so that we could put it up this week and have it be with the correct week this time. But I know some of you did get a sneak peek of what DR had to say about this topic, and I didn't watch his video, but I read the description, and in the description, he was going for kind of a way that an immortalist could celebrate the Wheel of the Year by kind of changing your focus about it. Just like how you can change the focus of a specific spell to fit either the building phase of the waxing moon or the diminishing phase of the waning moon if you go by moon phases in the moon cycle. You can tweak the same spell to work during two different phases and change the focus. I think that's kind of what he was going for, where an immortalist could absolutely celebrate the Wheel of the Year if you just kind of tweak the focus a little bit and think of it in a different way. And I think that's completely valid if you want to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and take it from the other point of view and say that if it's something that you're doing because you think that's what pagans do, or that's what whatever branch does, you know, I'm supposed to celebrate the Wheel of the Year, therefore I must, even though it seems contradictory to the other thing that I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and say, don't feel like you need to do anything just because other people are doing it. And this goes for all of you viewers. I am no longer talking to this one person. Why do something that doesn't fit for you? Or if you do choose to do something that doesn't fit you, why are you choosing it? That's something that we each individually need to stop and look at. Am I doing this thing just because I think I'm supposed to be? Or am I doing it because it really benefits me? I don't know where this person is coming from. I will go back and read the topic suggestion, because I can't remember if they said they are already celebrating the Wheel of the Year or that they're going to, and they're just asking if they should or should not. But the word should is also really problematic, because who am I to tell you what you should do? you're not following my path. If you came to me and said, Cara, I want to practice exactly like you, I want to be exactly like you, which that's silly, why would you do that? But, you know, hypothetically, if you were to say, teach me exactly what you do, then I would say probably not, because to me, I don't see that connection, but that's not my personal thing. The immortalism thing is not my personal thing. But so because we're talking about you and not me, I'm not going to tell you what you should and should not do. I don't like that language. But I will be honest and tell you that, like I just said, I don't personally see the connection between the two. If you were going to tell me to try and put those two things together, I would have to really try. I would have to think about it for a long time because the immortalism part is not already part of my path. So I would have to really explore that, find out what that's about and how I relate to it. Maybe I'll give myself that challenge. Maybe I'll blog about that later on or vlog about it. Maybe I'll try to come up with, how I would have to change what I'm doing in my life for immortalism to seem like something for me, and I'll do more research on it. But so what we all need to do, and what the questioner needs to do, obviously, since they're already questioning it, asking us about it, is just do that little bit more. Where am I coming from? Why is this important to me? What do I think I can get out of blending these two things? And if you feel like you can't blend the two things, if your answer that you come up with after all this thinking and maybe practicing it, trying it out, seeing how it works, if you come up with it doesn't work, that's fine. You don't have to worry about doing things a certain way, especially if you don't identify with a certain path or a certain group, and therefore you don't have to feel like you need to do it the way they all do it. Those are my initial thoughts. It was a little more repetitive than I wanted. I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna go do a little bit of research, and if I come up with anything else, I'll add on. Otherwise, this will be the end. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye. Oh, and for those of you from my personal channel, just a dated update as of April 1st, April 2nd. The picture project I'm doing on my personal channel is still open. I'll put a link to that in the description for those of you who might not know what it's about. There's the initial, and then I did an update in February, I think, and now I'm just letting you know it's still open. I'm going to leave it open for a long time. I'm trying to get more and more and more pictures. The more the better. I will let you all know when that is no longer applicable and I'm closing it, but I'm leaving it open for a while. Thank you very much. Bye.